Hey everyone, welcome to Horrible Gaming. My name is Nora, and on today's video we are going to basically be catching up on what I've been doing for the past week. So if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you hit that like and subscribe button because I do a ton of Animal Crossing content, and we're going to be doing some non-related Animal Crossing content as well in the future. So long story short, I took off about a week from my YouTube channel because I went down for some really intense oral surgery, and I'm still not 100%, and I'm probably going to be regretting this video once I'm done recording because I will be in pain. It does hurt to talk still, but I'm definitely getting better. The reason why I decided to go ahead and get this video out is because I miss y'all so much, and I made this island in 3 days. Yes, 3 days. So while I've had my break from YouTube and no Discord duties as well, I've been grinding on Animal Crossing for like 3 days straight. I wasn't sure what theme I wanted to do, and for some reason winter was really speaking to me, so I made a winter island that is not limited to a Christmas vibe. When you think of winter on Animal Crossing, you immediately think about the beautiful Christmas islands that we may have seen last year, and lots of Christmas decor in general. This island does not contain any Christmas items whatsoever. And the reason why I decided to do a winter theme that was not Christmas themed is because I wanted to show you that forests can be stunning in winter as well, and it is not limited to just being a Christmas themed island. We are about to enter winter on Southern Hemisphere, and for those people who don't time travel, I wanted to be able to provide you this island in hopes that it may give you some inspo to get you through the winter season. Although I do work rather fast on every single island that I build, this build's time frame was definitely not realistic for me and for normal players. I did not expect myself to make an island so fast, but I took a long time off of Animal Crossing because I needed to heal from surgery, and I guess my body was just like, let's get in the zone, let's go ahead and grind an island, because I do love Animal Crossing a lot. I play it every single day, and when I went almost a week without playing, I was super bored for like hours of the day because all I would be doing was taking my medicine and then sleeping and then basically crying because the pain was so unbearable. I am now day 6, I think, past surgery, and like I said, the healing is not 100% yet. I'm probably still gonna be posting less until at least by next week because the healing should be pretty much done by then. I had a pretty invasive surgery, so it is definitely going to take a few days to heal up, but I'm hoping that by next week we'll be back to our routine of every 3 days a new video. So if I don't post that often this week, just keep in mind that I'm still trying to heal from that surgery. So I always put this disclaimer on every single video. My camera is really zoomed out due to a console running custom firmware. If you want to learn more about this, head over to my video's description, and I have a YouTube channel that you should go check out, and make sure you go check out my Instagram, which is also included in the description, because I have a Q&A highlight of a lot of important information you should read before ever considering on modding your console. I know that modding is not for everyone, and if you are somebody who doesn't like modding or doesn't support it, I hope that you will still check out my island with me today because I worked really hard on it, and I thought it'd be really fun to go ahead and do because it is something we're not really seeing as often. So all these codes can be found on my Instagram highlights, and highlights are the clickable circles on my profile that I label. You're gonna find all of these codes on my number 2 AC code highlight, and it's a really simple build. I tried to keep the decor very neutral because I feel like winter is really hard to decorate in because people want to use color because the white feels so bright and it feels kind of dull. And honestly, for me, I prefer rustic tones during winter. I'm a huge Joanna Gaines fan and farmhouse decor fan, so I love my neutral colors during the winter. And I do like reds when Christmas comes around, but again, the browns and simple colors really neutralize the harsh white of winter. So I hope that this again gives anybody some inspo that they may need for right now if you're not a time traveler, or maybe you're going to refer to this video when Christmas comes around and recreate the same kind of aesthetic but add Christmas to it. Just let me know what you think about this island in the comment section below, because I think this is my world record for how fast I've built an island. Do not at all expect me to do an island this fast anytime soon in the future. Like I said, I work really fast in general because my mods help me increase my animation speed and inject items, but this is super unrealistic. I haven't had any work to do because I've been healing. I've been taken off from being a mom for a week. Thank you to my wonderful in-laws for helping out with that, because the healing process has been horrible. So I've had like so much extra time on my hands, more than usual. So once we resume back to my normal work schedule and YouTube routine, I will not be able to build this fast. But I hope that y'all are enjoying this theme and just, enjoy the tour in general. With that being said, let's go ahead and roam my island and talk about it. So as you can see, I kind of went nuts with my terraform again on this natural. I kind of went for another mountain core style similar to my island called Twin Falls, which is a mountain core theme. And I wanted it to feel very mountainous, heavy terraformed, etc. I also have this little ski loft area, and this was actually inspired by Nook's Isle on Instagram, and I have them linked in the description if you want to go check them out. So they were my inspo for this little part right here, and I thought it was such a cute idea for a winter island. Then over here I have Eric's house. Sorry, Eric. And we transition over here to another house, and this has like a little pond area. And then over on this awkward land strip, I made like a little campsite. I actually was too lazy to do my actual campsite. A lot of my shops and camps are on the beach as usual. I just feel like since I build aesthetically, they just kind of ruin my vibe at times. So when I'm doing themes like this, I like to hide them on the beaches. So once we cross this bridge, we're going to be entering an area that was inspired by Animal Crossing New Horizon Mia Land, and they are also linked for the Iceberg inspo that I am about to show you. I decided to recreate her adorable iceberg idea, but I wanted it to be in an area where I had my ice fishing. So I placed this ice code down, and I have the icebergs in the distance, and I just really love how this area blended out. The icebergs actually look really weird on my wide camera because the wide camera captures so much of the screen. So I took the wide camera off to go ahead and show y'all the view that you are gonna see when you come and visit this dream address. Speaking of dream address, those who don't have Instagram, I'm gonna have the dream address in this video. So I went ahead and put my wide camera back on, and we're going to continue the tour. So I used a lot of greenery and trees. I wanted this island to feel super lush, even though it's, technically a winter island, but I wanted it to feel very full. And I always do my naturals this way. You're going to see a lot of my naturals are super cluttered with trees and shrubs. That's because I love how they fill your island in. So you go up this incline, and then I have this huge terraformed spot, and I really didn't know what I was doing in this location. I actually was in a lot of pain that one day when I was making this, and I took that pain out on waterfalls. So that was the result of this area. I told myself I wasn't gonna do a lot of crazy terraform, and then I ended up doing a lot of crazy terraform. But I'm gonna go ahead and adjust the angles a little bit, so if you want to recreate a spot like this on your island, you kind of have an idea on how I terraformed it. I do plan to do some terraforming videos on my channel, although we are heavily focused on city core on my Instagram and on YouTube. I do want to go ahead and add some terraform videos for those who are, into the natural aesthetic. Then over here I have this awesome bridge. It's the same bridge code that I was using actually on my entry, and I really love how realistic this looks. Like, the code is insane. I had one of my good friends over, and I was like, what do you think of that bridge code? She's like, wait a second, that's not like the actual game's wooden bridge. I was like, no, that's a code. And she was like super blown away. And I found that code on Pinterest. I was like super stoked about it. Then over here I have Fang's house and Fauna's house, and again, more heavy terraformed spots around their houses. I wanted this to feel very mountainous-like, and so I tried to capture that. You're gonna also notice a lot of trees on cliffs, and you can actually accomplish this without a modded console if it's not patched. I think it's not patched still. You can plant trees basically on the cliffside. And I don't have a video on my YouTube channel of this glitch, but I did do a stream on it, and my Facebook is linked in the description, and we do the glitch in the very beginning of the video. So it's definitely worthwhile doing if you want to go for a nice realistic look on a natural island. You will, however, see some trees next to terraform on my islands, and those are modded. Thankfully, if someone tried to report my island, it won't get taken down because Nintendo knows that there are so many exploits and glitches on trees. Like, there's a new exploit, I swear, every single day on Animal Crossing. It's insane how buggy this game can be. But I am very thankful that I can make use of these exploits on my island while, you know, the time lasts. So I'm going to take advantage of all the tree exploits I can. But that is basically how you can learn to put trees on edges if you are somebody interested in learning it. Then over here, I created a really large ice rink area, and I was really excited to make this because the ice pond code is incredible. This is the same code that I used for my ice fishing area, and I was just really excited to make this because I wanted to make an ice rink last year when everybody was doing winter islands, and at the time I didn't have a modded console, I didn't mod mine yet, and I was doing a different theme, so I never got to make one. But I didn't want mine to feel like a city or, you know, like a man-made one. I wanted mine to feel very natural, so I put like a natural spin to it, and I googled a ton of pictures on natural frozen ice ponds, and that's kind of like how that one developed. Then over here I have a transition area, and I just did some sunken waterfalls to kind of like transition from the frozen pond up to the main highlight of my island, which is the log cabin that sits on the very top, and then the mountain. But we're gonna go over here real fast to kind of like explore what I did on this location. So I did another little camping area, and I saw this adorable snow angel code, and I think it's actually in the same MA as the frozen pond that I'm using. I will need to double check, but I'm pretty sure it is in that MA, and I did share that MA on the city code highlights. Then over here you transition, and again, more sunken waterfalls. They connect to that transition area we were just at, and we go to one of my villager houses over here. One of my goals that I want to do for y'all on the YouTube channel though is see if I can make a nice island without any terraform besides, like, you know, the starter terraform that we get on our islands when we start a new game. That is definitely in my goals in the future. I am curious on how well I could make an island develop with that, or we just add on to said terraform that we get on the map. So that is something I'm really curious about trying in the future for like a natural build. So anyways, let's go ahead and go back over here to the frozen pond and head our way up to the cabin. Now the mountain code that I'm using is actually by my friend Cree, who recreated the mountain from a Instagram called A Forest Life, and so I'll have A Forest Life linked also in the description, so you can go check out their Instagram and also get the mountain code as well. So anyways, I made this little log cabin up here because what mountain cord doesn't need, like, you know, a log cabin that's like buried in the woods. So I made like this little log cabin, and again, that's right above where that transition spot was. So similar with the icebergs, the mountain looks kind of funky on my wide camera because it kind of ruins the whole perspective view. So I'm going to transition back to my normal camera so y'all get to see how this location looks from y'all's point of view. And I hope you like it because I absolutely love how this turned out. It's just one of my favorite spots on the island. So to make this area, I used a ton of simple panels, terraform, standee codes, and shrubs, and then I also used trees as well, and I just kind of like blended them together. There's honestly no set way to make this. It's a lot of trial and error, and I got so mad when I was trying to create this area, but that is how the mountain area looks. And now we're just gonna go over here and explore the rest of the island. So this is actually the last spot of my island, and I did a cozy little sitting spot up there overlooking the ocean, and then that terraform is actually the same terraform by Fang's house. I wanted this build to be very simple and natural and be heavily focused on waterscaping, as I haven't done a natural in a long time. Anyways, that's it for today's tour. I hope y'all enjoy your visit to my dream address, and I'm actually going to end up putting this in the description instead of the video. And that is pretty much it. Thank y'all so much for watching. I'm super sorry if I sounded weird throughout this whole video. It's really hard to talk right now, so I'm hoping that next video I will be back to my normal self. Thanks again for watching. I will see you next video.